She's like, are you prepared? I was like, I'll think of something. It will come. The next day, I opened my phone. I wrote sermon on sand. And then I waited in that awkwardness. And I was like, exactly what is it that us as youth, we need to always hear for us to be molded in the right way, because we are still growing to go to be adults. I know we call ourselves adults, but we're not yet there. We are going there, but we are on our way. And there were a series of questions that came. And those questions were just like those normal questions that you ask yourself probably maybe when something bad has happened or we have experienced pain, but then we don't take note of those exact questions because we are like, they're like those small questions. You don't necessarily just ask yourself and you pay attention to those questions. They come, but you don't pay attention. I know that because I always do that. And I know I'm not the only one. The questions came, I was just writing questions as I go. Hopefully say that as I was going down the list, I will reach to the topic or what I would like everyone to be cautious about or to be aware about. I'm not gonna say all the questions because the questions got to be molded into subtopics of the topic that I'm gonna be telling you today about. The topic is finding peace in the paradox, navigating life's toughest assignments. Or you can say beyond the pain, trusting God's plan in an imperfect world. Yes, some series of questions that we ask ourselves. Daily questions. I have my friends. I play with them. But somehow, one of them betrays me. Yet, I'm expected to forgive that person without them even realizing or even being accountable of what they did. At the same time, you have to wake up every single day, going to school, doing a degree where God will tell you later on after 5 years, I wanted you to grow, but this is not what I want you to do. I want you to do this. This is our daily life. Some of us are actually going to school right now, but your change is going to come the moment you graduate like me, and then God will tell you, it's enough of these computers, Michael. Go this way. What do you do then? How do you navigate those life assignments? Those are the questions that I was asking myself. They kept going on and on and on. Does my background or how I was raised contribute to how I live my life? Or I have to define how I live my life and how God fits in all of it? Do I always need to abide to the cultural norms and how things are done for me to be called a well-mannered person? Do I need the likeness of my peers for me to be quoted a good charactered person? Am I supposed to do all those things to be considered a worthy person? So I'm sure, or I assume, you asked yourself around in all of these questions. These are the things that you just ask yourself. Maybe in a position of doubt, or your friend just did something which you are shocked that they were even capable of actually thinking about doing something like that to you. So the subtopics that we are going to be talking about today, I'll lay them out first and then I'll go in detail one by one. The first one is the uncomfortable realities of life. The second one, the power of forgiveness, releasing the burden. The third one, God's assignments, unexpected path and divine purpose. The fourth one, defining your worth beyond cultural norms and external validation. The fifth one, interconnecting themes, why these matter to us as youth. And then the last one is resting in God's sovereignty. These were all the questions or the things that I'll ask myself or in the course of these whole 3 years. Yeah, I've gone through all of them probably. I think if you haven't gone through all of them, you will go through all of them. Because for some specific reason, you have to go through all the stages for you to be said you are this, or you have moved to this stage. You have to go through something. And if you are not going to go in the same pattern that I went through, you will go on your different one, but you will go through all of them in your different time. And now there's a catch into it. If you don't get to notice or in your slightest actually understand the lesson into that particular time, you will be stuck on that level. You won't move. And then now you think, I don't experience all these other things that people are saying. No, you haven't reached. You will experience it. But just pray that you don't experience it in the wrong specific time of your life. We don't want you to learn a lesson about not just trusting people easily when you are now having 2 kids. It seems a little bit too late. It seems a lot of betrayal into it, because now you're thinking, my prayers are not being heard, or you're not seeing me. So let's start. Let's see how many people have moved up their level of experiencing these uncomfortable realities that we live by. You know, being a Christian is very nice. It's very wonderful. But you have to know that in each and every single little thing that you do, if there's no criticism, you haven't started. They have to criticize you. It has to be questionable, right? If it reaches to that point where you have to stand by your word with, yes, this is what I'm saying, then you haven't started. It will be uncomfortable. But anyways, the uncomfortable realities of life. The feeling of waking up on a day you are dragged and the sting of betrayal is with you. You wake up, you have things to do, you have school to attend, you have Rose to smile to because she doesn't need you to pass onto your toxic mood that you are having that particular day. You have a teacher that you have to speak with respect to, but you don't feel like it. But you go through that day. I'll give these examples of the things that we have been through so that you see if your level is moving with you or you are still stuck somewhere, so that you notice how you move from that part. We face this situation where it seems not going well, or we are wronged by other people. And then the question comes, is being grateful enough for me to do it if I'm not feeling this good? Am I able to sleep at night when I know that tomorrow it's going to be painful? Am I being able to sit and enjoy with my friends, but still, amongst them, one betrays me, two betray me? These are your thoughts, or these are my thoughts when I am in such a place. I think in Shona you say, Tungwane Ndangarilo. These are your thoughts that you just maneuver. You're just sitting, you're just thinking. That's it. But then the real question is, how do you navigate such? Are you supposed to enjoy it, or there's a deeper meaning to all of this? And then the Bible comes and says, I will provide guidance on enduring life's uncomfortable realities. By emphasizing perseverance, finding purpose in those trials, and relying on God's strength and presence. It goes on and encourages us as believers to view those difficulties as opportunity to grow, testing of faith, and ultimately a closer relationship with God. You're going through something, then the Bible comes and tells you how you are enjoying. You need to grow. Grow in your perseverance and endurance. We are encouraged as believers to see those trials as a testing ground for their faith, leading to perseverance and maturity. In James 1, verse 2 to 4, it says, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Now you're thinking, pain has to be normal, because you need to grow. You need to go through it so that you gain something from it. You start thinking that how did God create us in a way that you have to go through something for you to grasp the lesson in it. You go through it, you carry it, you go to the next one, you use it in the next one. So whenever it will come the next time, you will know. Just like our vaccines. Isn't it? They actually insert the actual disease in you, and your soldiers run around knowing what is going on. Oh, this is it. Now they know. When it actually comes, they will know the right team to send, because they are now away. But if you don't you die? Exactly. And then we have another verse supporting the same thing in Romans 5, verse 3 to 5, where it highlights the suffering. Where it highlights that suffering produces perseverance, which turns and develops your character and hope as a person. Still in the same point, you have to find purpose in that suffering. In Romans 8, verse 28, it says, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him and who have been called according to His purpose." Probably maybe going through a specific thing, it's for me or my peer next to me to understand their purpose. It's a lesson to them. To you, you are going through the trial. You are learning perseverance and you are enjoying. The other person, on the other hand, probably they are finding purpose in that suffering. It goes on and says, "For God's presence and support." In Isaiah 41, verse 10, it says, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not dismay, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." He wants you to be in that space. If you're not being in God's space, which space are you being in? All right, let me not make it difficult. When you wake up in the morning, you open your eyes, you start breathing, you walk around. Who is the source of you breathing? You open your eyes in the morning. I'm sure it cannot be your $1 million money in your account, your dashing boyfriend, your beautiful girlfriend, or your friends, or the nice designer bags that you have, or the shoes that you're storing. But it's gone. And then you hear one person telling you, life is too short. For who? Who told you it's too short? Are you telling you that your source came and told you, you know what, Rose, life is too short? Live in His presence. If you finish His assignment, if you finish your purpose, He will release you and call you, come, now be with me. There is no shortness in it. Me, I don't see the shortness in it. It's painful losing our relatives. It's painful losing a friend that you love. But who said that now? Yeah, that we should, yes. It's too short. You know what? We should enjoy life. We should do clapping. It's too short. Wake up and party. We're none over. People amaze me, but I amaze myself at the same time. I'm sure at some point I would have thought about something like that. Joshua 1 verse 5. It promises, saying, "No one will be able to stand against you all the days of your life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with you. I will never leave you nor forsake you." We move on to facing persecution. We acknowledge as believers that we may face persecution for our faith, and we are encouraged to be prepared for it. What I said when I was studying. In John 15, verse 18. "If the world hates you, keep it in mind that it hated me first. And then you choose that you want to be with me. And then whether you say you don't want to be persecuted, how? He was mocked up until at the end. Telling him, if you are truly his son, come down from those nails, let's see. And then when you are afraid of someone coming to you and telling you, you're always going to church, pray to your God, but we don't even see anything. You are just roaming and about. We are not seeing any change in your life. It's inside, my friends. That's where it changes. Whether I had a car when I was 16, or when I'm gonna be 18 or 30 something, then I'm gonna have that first car. Those are just earthly things. If that relationship is not built, then you don't have anything. At this point, you are poor. I don't know what you're doing. But some would say you are living a life of a snake. Temporarily, excitement, there and there. You're just moving. You don't have purpose, you're just cruising. See? Every day. But you don't even know what you're doing. Slow down. Think, I woke up today. I was given another day of mercy. What am I doing? And don't take me wrong. I'm not saying if you are a person and then you decide to go and part is wrong. It's very much allowed. You can go. If you want to drink like a German tank, go ahead. It's your life. No one is there to judge you. If you think again, you want to move and cruise in all sizes and ages of women or men, go. But before you do that, as a person, you should think on your own, standing, what say, how is this benefiting me or contributing to my heart and God accessing it and vetting it? But all of us here, we're allowed to do whatever we want. But it's in the choice of how you know, if I'm doing this, how is this contributing to my growth and my relationship with my God? We give a physical example. When you have your friend, you have a specific time where you say, okay, so what exactly, am I benefiting anything from this friendship or relationship? How is it helping me in my growth? Okay, I am a woman of God. I fear God. Okay, now I'm deciding I want to be in a relationship with this guy. I have to come to what my brother Sean was saying. I have to think about it. Okay, in his movement of his life, or how he does his things, he has his will. He has his own choices that he's gonna make or he made. Do I benefit something from it? Is it gonna contribute to my type of way of I have lived my life? If not, skip. But now the other problem with us is we don't like skipping. I don't know why, or maybe being single is a problem. It's not a problem, guys. It is not. I don't see the point of you crying or being led astray because of someone else's child. No, it doesn't make sense. Because if you have been molded throughout this whole time, God is with you. in how you grew up, in the nature that you're growing up, in everything that you're doing. And then you meet this guy. Yeah, he's smart, he's intelligent, but are you the one? No. Swipe left. Because now I know my way. Because if I come into your house, I'll come and now it's like I'm judging you because you drink. I judge you because you smoke. He's not the one. Skip. Go to the one who doesn't do anything like that in the first place. You solve yourself time, you solve yourself a lot of unnecessary things. Okay, my time will finish before I finish. Hey, yes, sister Ella joke and they tell me. If you move on to the second part, the power of forgiveness and releasing the burden. We know that forgiveness is by choice, and addressing the struggle of forgiving others when they haven't apologized, and even the hard task of forgiving others. This comes in the whole point where you ask yourself that, should I forgive them before they've actually apologized or taken accountability of what they've done to me? But you have, so that you sleep in peace. Your part is done. Whether they carry the grudge with them, they're moving around, that's no longer your fault, or that's no longer your baby to miss. It is theirs. We will refer to Ephesians 4, verse 32, or Matthew 6, verse 14 to 15, where it emphasizes that forgiveness is our freedom and not just for the other person. Live your life in peace, live your life without having to say, she didn't say sorry, so I don't have to speak with them. If they have wronged you and you have seen it, yes, we are saying it's going to be painful, yes, feel it. Go through the pain of being there and saying, but I trusted the person. Yeah, go through that, it's natural. But at the end of the day, you need to forgive them. Yes, we know that you are not going to be as a friend you were the previous time, because as a human, it will take you time for you to feel comfortable in sharing your personal, probably maybe they told other people about your business, and now you became a laughing stock, or whatever that our betraying friends do sometimes. The third one, God's assignments, unexpected path, and divine purpose. When we discuss the feeling of being on one path, only for God to redirect you, it can be disorienting, especially when it feels like your efforts were for nothing. You do something and then you be like, this is it. And then God tells you, I know, it was good for something that I wanted you to learn. Or I wanted you to meet Rose, I wanted you to meet Ellen, I wanted you to meet Sean. That's why I made you go through that, but actually what I want you to do is this way. But what you have learned in that path, you're going to use it in this path that I wanted you to go in the first place. That's where the 3 words, or I can say 4 words, come in. Obedience, instruction, the change, and the assignment itself. These words are the words that you see that as youth, as you grow and you're becoming an adult, even into your relationships, into your marriage, into your careers, if you are to follow them as they are, or as difficult as they are given to you, you won't have time to sit down and say, I don't know what you want me to do with my life. Or you start condemning a lot of things. Yeah. It's people from home. Yeah, they are guarding for my life. Yes, they are on the case, but if you are praying, obviously they see you. That's their job. As God keeps track of you, that's how they keep track. But now the difference is that when you're with God, they're just seeing you move where they don't want you to go. Whether they try to create some obstacles or some pauses there and there for you to stop your path. But they're all seeing you. Obedience, not blind compliance, but trusting God. God's wisdom, even when His plan is unclear. You're being obedient to something, maybe in your natural sense, you're saying maybe it's not making sense at that particular time, or it's not. And then in instruction, it's God's guidance. Often it comes in unexpected ways. These are one-way things. Move there, sit there. If you move, you have obedience. You have what? But probably maybe I'm used to sitting at the edge. I like sitting at the edge because when I'm now coming for announcements, I don't have to keep on saying, can I pass, can I pass, can I pass? I'll just stand up. This is why I used to sit on the edge. And then I'm shifted to the next seat. Move to the next seat, Rose. I obey, I go to the next seat. Now I have to deal with change when I move to the next seat. Probably maybe the assignment, and then someone comes in who probably maybe who is too big to sit inside, comes and then sits outside. But if I didn't, now the person had to find a difficult time of trying to squeeze into a space where they couldn't fit to sit. Those are the 4 things that happen in your life every single day. But most of us, we don't listen. There's no change. You're saying no to change. The assignment is not done. You're stuck. We are still in one place. So you and yourself, you are standing there. We are not moving anymore. It comes again, a new instruction. You don't obey it. You are not doing anything. You are still in the same place. So you're not moving, but you're in the same place. But you're waking up every day and living your life normally. We have people whose lives were just given an instruction to, they obeyed. And then a lot of greater things happened after that. We have Moses, we have Joseph, we have Paul. Paul on his way to murder them. Blind compa. But you're moving, you're going somewhere, you're doing your own things. Moses, if he didn't listen to God talking to him through the bush, do you think those people were going to be free from where they wanted to be? It is you are a key to someone else's lock. That's why you should learn to be more submissive to God more than you are to anything. Learn that first. You give yourself to Him. You will run your life like your will. And when you hit a pause, you won't think, no, God is for a second. No, you wait. You'll be like, it's just we know where we're going. And we are going to reach there. If these are some obstacles, it will pass. We will go where we are going. Because you have always listened to the instruction, you have always obeyed it. And you are dealing with that change at that particular moment. That assignment will come to pass. And then the last one, defining your worth beyond cultural norms an external validation? Do our backgrounds define us, or we define ourselves? Also, the pressure to conform to cultural norms. Here we are talking about how you grew up. But I would like to thank God in how fortunate I was to be in the family that I grew up in. My family didn't really raise me to look at them as like we are the main reason you are alive. There's someone else who has prophesied for you to be here, for your purpose to be done. And our job is to guide you as the people that you know. We teach you the things that we have been taught, but ultimately, He's the one who has the first say on how your life moves. We listen, we tell you, you do the same. I remember the first time where I started praying. I think I was around grade 2, 3, where my grandmother would call me and say, Neil. And then the whole time everybody else is praying, she's busy whispering in my ear, say this, say this, say this. Then tomorrow she'll be like, those things that I taught you, say them. And then I'm like, hi, this grandmother could be playing right now. I'm at Topi outside and we are busy praying. I repeated the same prayer of thanking God of my life, of my dad, of my mom. To which, if I am to stand in front of you and then I say, I was raised by one mom, but I don't judge or condemn my dad in any way, because that was my grandmother's purpose in it. To make me see that it is not your problem to worry about, whether it's there or not, but it's because you are here. When now you have a specific purpose. So don't let everything else happening around you define how your life is supposed to be, or how God wants your life to be. Yes, they contribute to our life, but on a greater level, or on how God really wants. He wants you to see that He Himself in your life, He has something that He wants you to do. Our purposes are different, and how we will navigate our lives is very different. But it is very, very, very much important for you to know that your background doesn't entirely define how you're supposed to live your life. You praying to God, you're supposed to know, because there is something greater that you're supposed to do. He would text me there and there, we would talk, hi, but and then about case. And when I reached to my teen years, that's when it was declared, you should stop coming and asking, when is He gonna care? Because I am your father. I will care for you. When now you will tell me what you want to do, I'll do it for you. Because in my book, He's not supposed to be there. It will take me time to actually come to acceptance with such things as you grow up, but you will come to grow out of it, and you will see that who is your real father. So tell Him. And closing up, I would like to say that the importance of forgiveness and embracing God's assignments even the difficult ones, and understanding our true worth in Him. It is very important. You understand that you move a certain mileage in your life. Don't let these other things distract you. Life happens, but your relationship with Him, it should be important. And these are the things that we meet in life. We meet careers, we meet relationships, we meet friendships. These are courses of your life. Don't let them be like, if you are into one bad relationship, the Lord has turned against me. No, that's life. Those are the things that happen in the series of how our life goes. But what is important is, do you have that personal relationship with Him? You will find yourself adapting. You move from this country to the next. The moment you say you're going to church, you don't feel like a stranger in that place, because you are familiar with the presence. It's the same one. You have moved 6 Ks, but it's the same one. If I'm in my house, I shift, I go to my aunt's house, we are doing the same thing. We are praying that same God. You shouldn't feel like you are not in what? In your original space. And the other thing I would like to say, that everyone should always be able to stand on the word that you have chosen. So that when it gets difficult, when your peers out there ask you difficult questions, don't be afraid to say it as it is. There's some people who ask us some difficult questions that we hear, but you should be able to answer them in its truest honesty as it comes. Because you are gonna be persecuted, you are gonna be criticized the most because of who you follow. I would like us to stand up, and we have a short prayer. I would like us to ask God to help us in applying these truths in our lives, in us being able to notice the instruction you're being given, in you obeying it without question, and you adapting to the change that comes with that instruction, for the assignment to be done, for you to grow and go to the next level. Let us pray in that accordance. We want to thank you, Father, for you are great and lovely in our lives.